At the heart of Europe, in the Czech Republic, where history and imagination meet, rises a city shaped by time. A place where every street tells a story, and every stone holds a memory. This is Prague, the city of 100 spires, where past and present exist in perfect balance. As the first light of day touches its rooftops, the city slowly awakens. Red tiles glow under the morning sky, church towers rise through the mist, and the Vltava River flows quietly, reflecting centuries of life along its banks. Prague is not a city that rushes. It invites you to slow down, to observe, to listen, to feel the echoes of kings, artists, and travelers who once walked these same paths. Here, Gothic cathedrals stand beside Baroque facades, and medieval streets lead to open squares filled with light and movement. Every corner reveals a new detail, a hidden symbol, a silent story waiting to be discovered. This is a city shaped by history, yet alive with modern energy. A place where tradition and creativity walk side by side, where the past is not forgotten, but carefully preserved. As we begin this journey through Prague, let the city guide you through its bridges, its towers, and its timeless beauty. Because Prague is not only meant to be seen, it is meant to be felt. From the heart of the city, the journey continues toward one of Prague's most iconic landmarks, the Charles Bridge. Stretching across the Vltava River, this stone bridge has connected the city for more than 6 centuries. Commissioned in 1357 by Emperor Charles IV. Its construction followed precise astronomical timing, believed to bring strength and protection to the structure. Built entirely of stone and adorned with 30 Baroque statues, the bridge stands as a living gallery of history, faith, and legend. As footsteps echo across its worn surface, the past feels close. Kings once crossed here in royal processions. Merchants carried their goods between worlds, and artists found inspiration in its views. Today, the bridge comes alive with musicians, painters, and travelers from all over the world. At sunrise, it feels calm and almost sacred. By sunset, it glows with golden light, as the city reflects softly on the river below. Nearby, the statue of Emperor Charles IV stands in quiet dignity, watching over the bridge he once envisioned, a reminder of the golden age that shaped Prague's identity. And as we continue forward, the bridge gently leads us deeper into the soul of Prague. Leaving the bridge behind, the journey flows naturally into the heart of Prague's old town. Cobblestone streets guide the way toward a square that has witnessed centuries of life, celebration, and change. At its center rises the Astronomical Clock, a masterpiece of medieval engineering and symbolism. Installed in 1410, it is one of the oldest working astronomical clocks in the world, still marking time as it has for more than 600 years. But this clock does more than measure hours. It tracks the movement of the sun and moon, the passing of seasons, and the eternal rhythm of the cosmos. Every detail carries meaning, blending science, faith, and art into a single creation. As the clock comes to life, small figures begin their silent procession. Each one represents a story, a warning, or a belief from medieval times. The skeleton, pulling a rope, reminds all who watch of the passage of time and the inevitability of death. Beside it, figures symbolizing vanity, greed, and pleasure shake their heads, reflecting the moral lessons of another era. As the hour approaches, the square slowly fills with anticipation, voices soften, footsteps pause, and eyes turn upward. Then, in a brief yet magical moment, the figures begin to move, apostles appear. Bells ring, and time itself seems to breathe. Around the square, colorful facades and Gothic towers rise toward the sky. Cafes spill onto the streets, musicians play softly, and life continues beneath the weight of history. Here, the past does not feel distant. It lives in the stones, in the architecture, and in the quiet rhythm of daily life. Old Town is more than a place to visit. It is a reminder that in Prague, time is not something to escape, but something to experience slowly and deeply. As the journey continues, the city slowly rises toward one of its most powerful landmarks, Prague Castle. Standing high above the vault of a river, it dominates the skyline as a silent witness to more than 1,000 years of history. Recognized as the largest ancient castle complex in the world, this vast site has been home to kings, emperors, and presidents, shaping the political and cultural identity of the Czech lands. Its courtyards unfold one after another, revealing a blend of Romanesque, Gothic, Renaissance, and Baroque architecture layered through centuries. At the heart of the complex stands the Cathedral of St. Vitus, the spiritual soul of Prague. Its soaring Gothic spires rise above the city, visible from almost every corner, guiding the eye toward the sky. Inside, light filters through magnificent stained glass windows, painting the stone walls with shifting colors. The cathedral houses the tombs of Bohemian kings, saints, and emperors, as well as the crown jewels of the Czech Republic, kept behind guarded doors. Every detail, from the intricate gargoyles to the towering nave, reflects centuries of craftsmanship and devotion. Silence fills the space, broken only by footsteps and echoes, creating a moment of deep reflection. Outside, the ceremonial changing of the guard adds rhythm and tradition to the castle grounds. From the terraces, breathtaking views open across Prague's red rooftops, winding streets, and the flowing river below. Here, history does not feel distant. It breathes through stone, light, and shadow. Inside the Cathedral of St. Vitus, towering Gothic columns and stained glass windows fill the space with light and color. The tombs of kings and the chapel of St. Wenceslas give the cathedral a deep sense of history and reverence. In this quiet atmosphere, time seems to slow, revealing the spiritual heart of Prague. As the day slowly fades, the city invites us to slow down and savor its final moments. And somewhere along these historic streets, a traditional snack awaits, the perfect way to end the journey, one flavor at a time. As the day comes to an end, Prague invites us to slow down and enjoy one last experience. Along its charming streets, the sweet aroma of Tridelnik fills the air, drawing visitors in. Freshly baked, rolled in sugar and cinnamon, and served warm, it's one of the city's most popular traditional treats. A simple and delicious way to end this moment, enjoying the flavors of Prague as the lights begin to glow. And as we finish this sweet pause, our journey continues toward another iconic site, the area where the famous dancing house awaits. As we move forward, the scenery slowly changes, and Prague reveals one of its most modern and unexpected landmarks. The dancing house rises along the banks of the Vltava River, standing in striking contrast to the city's classical skyline. Designed in the 1990s by architects Frank Gehry and Vlado Malunio, the building was created as a symbol of freedom and transformation after the fall of communism. Its bold, deconstructivist style broke away from traditional architectural rules, marking a new chapter in Prague's urban identity. The structure is often nicknamed Fred and Ginger, inspired by the famous dancing duo, as its two towers appear to sway in motion. One side curves gracefully, made almost entirely of glass, while the other stands firm and structured, creating a visual dialogue between movement and stability. The flowing lines and irregular shapes reflect the idea of change, creativity, and the dynamic spirit of the modern city. From different angles, the building seems to shift and move, as if dancing along the riverbank. At the top, a twisted metal crown crowns the structure, adding a surreal touch to its silhouette. Inside, the building hosts offices, cultural spaces, and a rooftop terrace offering panoramic views of Prague. The dancing house stands as a reminder that Prague is not only a city of medieval towers and Gothic spires, but also a place open to innovation and artistic expression. And as we continue along the river, the blend of history and modernity follows us, guiding the journey forward. As we continue through Prague, a striking and surreal figure comes into view: the rotating head of Franz Kafka. Created by Czech artist David Zerner, this kinetic sculpture stands as one of the city's most modern and thought-provoking landmarks. Composed of dozens of stainless steel layers, the head slowly rotates, constantly reshaping Kafka's face in an endless mechanical motion. Each movement feels deliberate, reflecting the complexity, confusion, and inner conflict often found in the writer's work. The sculpture stands near the Quadrio complex, blending contemporary art with urban life in an unexpected way. Its mirrored surface captures the city around it, distorting reflections as if reality itself were shifting. More than just a visual spectacle, the rotating head symbolizes identity, transformation, and the fragmented nature of the modern world. It invites visitors to pause, observe, and question, much like Kafka's stories have done for generations. In this moment, Prague reveals yet another side of its character: bold, artistic, and unafraid to challenge tradition. And as the sculpture slowly turns, the city continues to evolve around it, alive with motion and meaning. As the journey slowly reaches its end, Prague remains suspended in time, glowing softly beneath the evening light. The streets grow quieter, the echoes of footsteps fade, and the city begins to breathe at a slower pace. What we have seen is more than architecture or history. It is a living story written in stone, light, and movement. From medieval bridges to modern expressions of art, Prague reveals itself not all at once, but layer by layer. Every corner carries a memory. Every reflection on the river holds a fragment of the past. And every silhouette against the sky reminds us of how deeply time has shaped this place. Here, centuries coexist in harmony. Gothic towers rise beside contemporary forms, and tradition walks hand in hand with innovation. The city doesn't rush. It invites you to observe, to feel, to simply be present. As night falls, warm lights illuminate the streets, and Prague transforms once again. What was bustling now becomes intimate, calm, almost dreamlike. This is a city that doesn't need to be explained. it needs to be experienced. A place where history whispers, where art breathes, and where every step tells a story. As the city settles into the night, its rhythm softens, but its spirit remains awake. Lights reflect on the river, conversations fade into the distance, and the air carries a quiet sense of wonder. In these final moments, Prague feels almost timeless, as if past and present were gently overlapping. It is a place that doesn't demand attention, but slowly earns it through beauty, history, and atmosphere. Every step taken here leaves an impression. Every glance holds meaning. And as our journey comes to an end, one thing becomes clear. Prague is not a destination you leave behind. It's a feeling that stays with you long after the journey ends. Until the next time, the city waits timeless, poetic, and eternally alive.